his mock draft 3.0, in which not one, not two, not three, but 4 quarterbacks start the draft to be selected, including the Vikings trading up from 11 to go to 4 with Arizona to get J.J. McCarthy.
This coming NFL draft may well go down in the history books as one of the most chaotic, insane, unpredictable drafts of the 21st century. As you can see behind me, DJ, Daniel Jeremiah, he's my guy. Everyone's got their one guy that they go do for all their mock drafts. DJ's my guy. He's predicting that one defensive player goes in the top 10. He's predicting that 4 straight quarterbacks come off the board. He's predicting that Harrison and Neighbors go back-to-back with a Dunze slowly to follow. And he's predicting the Las Vegas Raiders take Michael Penix Jr. with the 13th overall selection. Michael Penix. This has to be the guy that we draft. There's so much to discuss. There's so much to talk about. The first thing I would like to say is this. Louis Riddick and Dan Orlovsky, 2 people who know a lot about the quarterback position. Louis Riddick, most famous for telling people that he saw Patrick Mahomes practice with the Chiefs a couple times and said, this guy is going to be the next great quarterback. Dan Orlovsky and Louis Riddick have both said J.J. McCarthy is their number 1 quarterback. Dan Orlovsky said he would take him number 1 overall. There's reports coming out that he is an absolute quarterback genius in these film sessions with these other teams interviewing him. They're asking him so many hard questions, and apparently he's the only guy getting it right. And it begs the question, why wasn't he able to showcase this a lot in Michigan? Well, they won a national championship, so I guess whatever they were doing worked. So the first question that we have to discuss, and this is something that I didn't consider until recently, because when I watched the highlights of all the prospects, which you can watch that video on Patreon, patreon.com/ALLaBorde Raiders, link in the description below. I did not watch J.J. McCarthy's highlights because I was like, well, he's not that good, right? We all think that. Was I wrong? It's looking more and more like it. It's looking more and more like JJ's going to work himself into the top 4. Some people are saying top 3. Dan Orlovsky said he would take him number 1 overall. I don't think he's going to go number 1 overall. That would be crazy. But is J.J. McCarthy someone we need to be thinking about trading up for? Because as of right now, the Vikings are going to trade up for him, according to Daniel Jeremiah. Because they don't really have a succession plan at quarterback. They have Sam Darnold. That's the first thing we need to consider. The second thing that could happen is J.J. goes 3 and Jaden Daniels goes 4, which is kind of what I've been saying for a while. And when I made that video, people were like, actually, Jaden Daniels is rising. He's going to go number 2 overall. Well, DJ and a lot of other people seem to think he's going to go 3, which means he's not rising, which means he's staying in the same spot he usually is in. If he falls to 4, should we go up and get him? My question is this. If any of these guys, any of the top 4 quarterbacks is there at 4 overall, do we have to go heaven and earth to go grab them, or do we settle for Penix at 13? And the reason why I want to bring this up is because the 2021 draft class has been brought up a lot recently, right? Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones. Average, garbage, 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 garbage. It is really, really, really difficult to draft a quarterback. And it is even more difficult to identify the correct quarterback and trade up for him, which is a video I've already made. And this always happens. When teams need to get a quarterback, they go bang, 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 bang. I've said time and time and again, I believe in Aiden, and I think Gardner's a good bridge. Could be something more if he develops, right? People could always get better. The older you are, the smarter you are, the wiser you are, the stronger you are. Aiden and Gardner are good. I do want to draft a rookie. And you know I love Michael Penix as well. But I don't know if I would take him at 13 if this is how the first 10 picks go. Because what this means is that there's no corners in the top 10. 2 tackles, and there might be 8 or 9 that go in the first round. No defensive ends besides Alabama boy. No defensive tackles. A premier player, a Byron Young, A Brock Bowers could fall right into our lap at 13. Those people could fall even farther. My point to you is this. I think the best thing to do at 13, if this is how the board falls, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then offense for the rest of it, is to take the best defensive player or Brock Bowers. And then, with your second round pick, take the best available quarterback. Nix, Penix, Rattler. One of those three has to be your second overall choice. The next option we can do is trade down from 13 to 17, get another second, use 2 seconds, trade back into the first. You take the best available player, could again be a Brock Bowers or a Byron Young at 17. And then you trade back into the first and you snag a Penix or a Nix. I think that would be the best case scenario for us. Trade back, get 2 seconds, use those seconds to get back into the first. The caveat to all this is if one of these 4 quarterbacks falls to, these are trade-ups, but right now it would be Bears, Commanders, Patriots, then it's Cardinals, then it's Giants, right? What if the Cardinals go wide out and they don't trade back their pick? The Giants don't go quarterback. They go wide out. And then right here at 7, we already have Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. They don't need a quarterback. They don't need a quarterback. We'd only have to leap the Vikings and the Broncos to go up to 7 to get whoever's there. Probably going to be McCarthy or Daniels. If a quarterback that's one of these 4 falls to 7, I think that's when you go up and get him. But to go from 13 to 4, when you get a chance to draft a generational talent at D tackle or tight end, or even a wideout, if one of the wideouts fall, I don't know that I can get myself to trade up all the way to 4 for J.J. McCarthy, even though I've heard that he's Tom Brady 2.0. It's insane. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a long month to wait and see. People are going to make moves. There's going to be trades on draft day. We signed Alexander Madison. That's fun, so I don't think we're going to draft Blake Corum. My question to you guys is this. What is your ideal draft plan? Do you take a Penix or a Nix at 13? Do you trade back, get a second, trade back up? Do you wait to see if somebody falls to the second and don't trade back? Who do you take at that 13th slot? Do you take the Penn State tackle if he doesn't go here because he hasn't gone here yet? Do you take the Texas DT? Do you take Brock Bowers? Do you take a wide receiver? Do you take the Iowa corner? What do we do? It's going to be chaos. Comment below, drop likes. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get to 6,000. I mentioned it before, patreon.com/ALLaBorde Raiders. It is a way for you to give me a little more support if you're able to, but I give stuff to you in return. Ad-free content, early access to videos, Discord access. Name at the end of the credits as an executive producer, like these guys right here, who are making me work hard for them and work hard for you. And if you're thinking, I'd love to, but I can't support the Patreon, that's okay. You're doing enough by just watching the video, dropping likes and dropping comments. Please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.